Pause my audio. Hold, please. Okay, welcome everyone. Happy Tuesday. We are so excited because we have some fun friends here, ready to talk about the Hunger Games on stage because if you guys haven't been aware. I don't know if you're in the Hunger Games universe, you've probably been aware that the Hunger Games on stage opened last week. And we have some friends here who were like obviously like able to go and had the best time. So this is going to be, as the title says, a spoiler review, just a discussion on the Hunger Games on stage. So I'm going to pass it off to Emily because like you were in London and let's just hear all about it. How was your trip, guys? Like just start yapping about it.
Yeah, how are we? How are we
Yeah.
doing? What are the post-trip vibes?
Sad.
I'm sick. So,
Oh,
Sad but grateful.
okay. What was like, so you did so much, but like, let's talk about like your favorite experience being abroad. It doesn't have to be Hunger Games related, can be Hunger Games related, whatever it was.
Just anybody or
Anyone, yeah.
oh
And
um I-
introduce yourself too. Like, I want
okay.
everyone to know who you are.
Hello everyone, my name's Juan. I also run the page Tejas Custom Props. I guess my favorite experience from the stage adaptation of the Hunger Games was really just being able to interact with the cast, the crew, the people that put together the stage adaptation. A lot of times after the play was over at the end of the night, some of us fans would go and wait at the backstage door to get our pamphlets signed. And surprisingly, a lot of the cast recognized who we were and they knew our pages. And I thought that that felt really cool and really special because I wasn't expecting them to know who we were, but them just taking the time to talk with us, sign some of our pamphlets and things like that. It was real special. It was just really nice getting to talk to them and see them out of character because the show was really great. It was my first ever play that I'd ever seen, and yeah, I'm just blown away by it.
That would be an insane first show to ever.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like,
that's
what?
wild. That's so
That's
cool.
so cool.
No,
Which
it was intense.
which one? Because you, I remember you saying that on your story that it was the first ever play you'd ever seen, and that's so crazy to me as somebody that like is in theater a lot, and like watches a lot of plays and stuff.
hmm
How did that like experience for you go? Like, what did you think of just
Like,
like the
were you
play going
wary of
experience?
theater too? Like,
Yeah.
is that why you'd
Well,
never seen anything, or it just kind of happened that way that this was your first show?
like where I'm from in California, it's like a really small town, and I'm hours away from like even movie theaters. So I don't really go out as much to places like theaters or plays or things like that. So it wasn't something that was available for me, like easily available for me to do and go see. So when something came up like this, I was like, oh well, this is the Hunger Games, something that I've loved for years. Like I'm gonna make this my first ever play. So that's just kind of how it worked out. Like I had seen plays when I was like a kid, but they weren't like up to this scale. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
hmm
Like this theater was built just for this play, and with all the components that went into it, the way the floor drops down and things come up and the set changes and the lighting and the audio, just it was really incredible. And I didn't even really go into it trying to compare it to the movies or compare it to the books. I just tried to judge it based off of what we were given, and I loved it.
hmm
Has this converted you into being a theater goer now? Would you go see other plays or musicals?
Yeah, no, I for sure I'd be interested in going to do that. Um, because there's a lot of like technicalities that go into uh making a play. Because I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, like for example, when Katniss is shooting the arrow, I mean, obviously she can't be firing a real arrow on stage, so they have them like folded and propped down so that way when she releases her bow, the arrow flings up as if she shot it across the room. So it's like there's all these things that go into play that you just have to know the mechanics behind it and how everything needs to line up so that way it looks as though she really did that.
Yeah, I mean it's like a magic show.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Like I don't want to get it. We'll get into it later, but there's like a particular scene where like Clove throws a knife at Katniss, and there's like a
Mhm.
cool slow motion montage. Like the way that all played out on stage was really cool. I was like, oh, this is like it was like nothing I had ever seen before.
So cool.
That's such a good way to put it, though, Ronnie. Like it's a magic show. I never thought about it
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, a lot of theater is magic essentially. I mean, you're just trying to fool the audience the entire time.
You know,
And
I keep thinking like it's just misdirection, AJ. Don't get fooled. Like the first time I want to be fooled, right? The first time I want to just let it happen.
Be
And
immersed.
then
Yeah.
the second and third time I was like trying to examine where the arrows were coming out of or like where things are being suspended
oh, I would
from
be
or like
so like that too.
you know, I was like I you know, because they'll guide your eye with you know spotlights or music cues or just like a bunch of stuff and I'm like it's all misdirect. I want to see how it's all happening. My personal favorite, I think like practical effect if you can call it that is the Marvel killing Rue sequence because I was like how are they going to put a spear through this girl? Like how is that going to happen? You know? And basically like the arena outfits they have the district emblems on the front and the back, and the back one is like a larger one. And from what I could tell from my second row seat in District 2 the first time I saw it, he's basically like pushing the quote unquote spear into the little 11 circle on the back, and that like locks it in the back, and then I think there's like a the part in the front that'll then just kind of come out, and so it just looks like she's being speared. But seeing that like in real time it was so cool, and I was like, man,
That's so
like I
cool.
just want that, you know, like I just want to see how it's all made. I want like a thorough behind the scenes how they make these things happen.
Yeah, and like I was also looking at Katniss's bow, like when she was shooting her arrows. So when I watched it the first time, it all happened so quick to where I wasn't really able to pick up on it.
Mhm.
But the second time that I watched it, I was able to see the show from a different angle. And I also sat in District 2 my second time. So when she would go to pull out her arrow, when she lifted it up and let it go, the arrow collapsed into the quiver, so it was hidden.
Mhm.
And then when she would draw her bow, there was like a section on the handle where she pulls the arrow, and when she releases the string, the arrow collapses into the bow, so that way it looks as though it was shot. But it was interesting seeing that because I'd never seen a bow made that way for a play before until
Mhm.
then.
The amount of thought that went into this stuff too is crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, my question is, what was the chair experience like? Like, as somebody who didn't attend, what was like the chair situation? Like the
Oh, it
moving.
was like
Oh,
the
like the moving
moving.
seats,
Yeah, I
Yes.
read about that, but I couldn't imagine it in my head. I need details.
which I didn't
So
even realize was happening because I was trying not to look at spoilers. So
same.
I don't know. I think I saw that only a couple days before I left for London. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was thinking about seeing it twice, but I'm like, now I know I gotta sit in these like moving chairs because where I was sitting for the Friday performance with like everybody there was like front row, but not in one of the moving sections. That was District 1 and District 2. So the seats, the sections on the ends that are kind of facing in, they move to the side so that it becomes like one long row
Oh my
so that they have
God.
like a much longer space to work with. So
Yeah.
you just move periodically to kind of being at more of an angle, looking down the stage to moving fully sideways and being like fully in one of the rows.
What
Well,
if
and
you
like
like
the
have to
first
go to the bathroom or something? Like,
you have to
and then
you have to
everything starts
raise your
moving.
hand. They give you like specific instructions as they're like seating you, where they tell you like if you need to get up for any reason, like raise your hand because they
Oh, thank
can't
Oh, did
goodness.
come
they?
get
I didn't
you.
get those
Oh
instructions.
gosh.
But I
Oh.
didn't get up, so.
Well, yeah, they tell you like, or at least they told me. So basically, okay, real quick, the first night, I took the red eye and I got in on Monday morning, and for that week, like I think Emily and I were the first ones in London, and I was all sorts of jet lagged and weird, but I was like, man, like I want to do something today, whatever. And then I had thought about going by myself, but then I wasn't sure if I should do that. And then Emily messaged me like I decided to impulsively go, and I was like, screw it, I'm gonna go too. And I was like,
Yes.
where are you sitting? And
Iconic.
you're like, I'm sitting in District 2, because I have to experience that at least once. And I remember thinking to myself, like, since when is Emily like super into District 1 or 2? Like, I didn't like,
Not at all, but that was the seats they chose, so.
yeah. No, which is fine. But at that point, I didn't even know about the moving component yet. So when you said that, I was like, okay, Emily's just a
Oh,
career
you
now, I
didn't?
guess. Like,
I
okay,
told
cool,
you?
work. Hmm?
Wait, you didn't know even when we were going?
No.
Oh my gosh.
I was
Gosh,
just
okay.
like, la di da, I'm just gonna go to this thing with Emily, like,
Well, I
whatever.
didn't want to spoil it.
No. I mean, it was great because I mean, I think like once okay, because also we were sitting on opposite sides of District 2 because we weren't like next to each other. And so once we figured out that we were going into through different entrances to actually get to our seats, and then my usher explained the bathroom getting up thing, and I was like, "Wait, what is happening?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, the seats move." And she's like, "It's not like a roller coaster or anything, but the section will pivot on itself throughout the show multiple times. And so that's why you can't just get up and leave because at certain points in the show, like you're gonna be moving." Um, and I was like, "Cool. I didn't get the memo. That's totally fine."
I
Like,
had no idea you didn't know. I think I said something coy like, if you know, you know, when we
yeah,
were
like,
talking, but I didn't know you didn't know.
and I thought you were just being like fun and mysterious. Like, I
No,
didn't
they
think
did not know.
but it was great because it wound up being even more fun and unexpected and just cool in that way. So yeah, highly recommend. I would be curious to see what the show is like from District 1 on the complete opposite side because even though both of those sections move, they don't move at the same time or in the same way. Like sometimes District 2 moves and one doesn't and vice versa. And so I just wonder like what that changes. I will say this, the fact that the stage is literally an arena and that it moves and that the different seating sections are different districts, it's really cool because um you can see the same show from different angles and it's a new show every time because
Mhm.
I went like 3 times this week. First time was District 2 in the second row. Then the third time or second time I was in District 4, kind of like in the middle. For the first half, I did find my way in front row the second half. It's whatever. Don't worry about it. And then the third and last time I was in the top row of District 7, which is like on the opposite side and up high. And there's even like another section above that, which is District
Oh, you guys,
11.
I'm dumb.
What?
There you go.
Oh,
Oh
amazing.
yes.
Ooh.
Oh.
So pretty.
Visual aid. But yeah, so with all those different POVs, like you get to experience different things. And even like all the way in the back of District 7, there's like a part where there's two tributes that are fighting and they're like suspended on the side. They
Oh,
have
I
a
think I've seen those pictures.
yeah, and so that was happening right above me,
Oh my God.
in District 7, and I made eye contact with one of the performers during that. And I was like, this is so awesome. Can I
Wait,
go
was
up,
that
please?
this part?
Yes. So I was right below that.
Whoa.
Whoa.
So cool.
Yeah. So I want to say, like, if you are planning to go or if you already have tickets and you're kind of worried about, like, is it going to be a good view or not? I promise you, no matter where you are, there's going to be something really cool and different that, like, other sections don't necessarily get to experience at the same time. It really is like a 360 show.
Mhm.
I
So
love that.
cool.
I sat in District 1 for the second time I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
And something I noticed that like I was in 5 for the first night and like it was so much happening that I felt like I was like missing a lot. So that's also why I went back. But
Mm-hmm.
when 1 like closes back and like pivots on itself and it makes like more of a flat outline,
Mm-hmm.
Marvel actually comes sliding down in between
Yes.
District 1 and District 3, maybe, if
Yes.
that is. And
What?
I was like, there's like a slide that gets created between the two districts, and he slides down when they introduce him. And
Oh,
I was
that's
like, what
so
the
Yes.
heck is
cool.
happening? Yeah, he came sliding all the way down. It was crazy to
Whoa.
see.
Yeah, Glimmer scared the crap out of me because in District 7, same thing. So I was like in that back row, but in the corner, and Glimmer comes down. But it was like I'm just watching the show, and out of
Hmm.
nowhere, like on my right hand side, I hear like a door or a hatch opening, and just this girl like kind of screeching, and I was like, "What the hell?" Like, and by the time I figured out what was going on, like she was already down on the stage. But that was fun.
And that's crazy what was that was your third time you were in 7?
Yeah,
And like you didn't like, you know what I mean? Like you had no idea. Like a different seat, it completely changes everything.
yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so you really can't go wrong, like no matter where you're sitting in this theater.
Yeah.
I'm just oh, go
Oh, go
ahead.
ahead. Okay, okay. So the first time I had watched it, I was also in 4 in the front row, and I thought it being my first time watching the show, oh, this is the best spot in the house. But then when I watched it again in District 2, the
Mm-hmm.
part of 2 that I was in, when like AJ was mentioning how it pivots, I was right next to the reaping stage, so I was like right in front of Effie Trinket.
Oh my gosh.
Caesar would make his big entrances right where I was at, so like 2 would slide over, and then Caesar would like stroll right through, and the Capitol people when they would come through all dancing, um and Mia, who's Katniss, she came up to our section and stopped a lot to like give parts of her speech in the play, and so like it feels really intimate, like as though they're speaking right to you or they're coming right to you.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like I had noticed that no matter where you sit, it's always going to be different. And that's why I was like wishing I could have stayed longer to sit in every district and every seat. But
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like
When
yeah,
I would
it,
love
it-
to sit in District 11, like at the way top too, and just
yes.
see
Uh-huh.
what that's
Yeah.
like.
If I saw it a third time, I would have gone a lot higher up. I think it's
Hmm.
cool. Like I was probably about midway up when I was sitting in District 2, and that was cool because the higher up you are, you get to see more of like the full scope of
Hmm.
everything. But I think it would have been really cool to be at the very top and see everything. But then if you're like closer to the front, you get to see their facial expressions more, which is
Yeah.
also a totally
Yeah.
different thing.
And
I
And
did
then
also like,
love, oh,
oh, go ahead.
and then I also like really enjoyed that the side of the theater that I was on, I was able to see the Tracker Jacker nest scene, the part where Katniss and Rue first become allies, and Foxface with the berries. A lot of that was on the side of the theater where I was sitting in too. So it was cool to see it up close from that
Hmm.
side of the theater.
Also, like speaking of that and like the interactions and things, the wolf mutts.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
scary.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean the second time for me in the front at this, in the second half, especially more towards the end, the wolf mutts come out, and those are the actors, which actually, and we'll get there, I'm sure, but I want to talk about the things that they did that is unique to the show and not in the book or movie necessarily, but just like kind of how they did things. But they kept it where the wolf mutts are the tributes, and it's like acknowledged that way in the show, which is really cool.
Yeah, yeah, I liked
But they
that.
actually have them like run up to people and like jump up on those kind of, I don't know what you would call that, like not a barricade, but just kind of like that,
The railing or
the
something.
railing, yeah. And they like kind of climb up, and Emily, was it you or they growled in your face?
Yeah, that was I think Foxface
Oh my
was right in
gosh.
front of us.
Mm-hmm. And like even like little Rue, I think also came up like maybe on the other end or something. But yeah,
Hmm.
they get in your face and growl at you, which
Oh
is
my.
awesome. Like
It was
It was
scary.
so
Yeah.
scary.
The girl that was in the district next to us, I forget which district was next to two, because they're not all in like chronological
yeah.
order. Um, one of the actors like was crawling on the floor and jumped up right on the railing, and she screamed like right in her face.
Oh my gosh.
And the girl was like screaming bloody murder, like she had just like it was crazy. Because I mean, obviously, like you're not expecting them to just jump right up in your face, so you're like really into the show, and it's an intense scene, and then boom, this actor is like dressed like a mutt wolf, screaming in your face. So it was funny to see.
I was gonna say one of my favorite parts too was every time, like when you're in the games, every time one of your tribute, like the tribute from the district you're sitting in, like dies in the Hunger Games, your whole
Oh
section lights
yeah.
up red with the cannon. And I
Hmm.
loved
Oh,
that because it wasn't like, I don't know, it was very subtle and I didn't notice it until my section lit up. But I was like,
Yeah.
that was so sick to have your section light up. Like I was in five for the first night, and it was like when Foxface like ends up dying, it was like suit like all red, and I was like, oh, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's such a cool detail.
they do a really good job of not just making it immersive and interactive from like an entertainment point of view, but also like the commentary of it. Because as much as I was avoiding spoilers online before I was seeing the show, I did, of course, hear or see a few comments that were like, this is so capital coded. Why would they make this into a stage show? Read the room, like that sort of like criticism. And I was like, there's no way they're doing this, and like there's no awareness of that, you know?
Yeah.
And I think it was Marilyn who said to me at one point, like in the intermission, she's like, there's moments of this where I'm like really uncomfortable. And then I'm like, oh, yeah, that's the point, you know? And they do a really good job of reminding you, like, as fun and like cool as this can be, it is like it's still a story of like, you know, children killing each other for the entertainment of the Capitol. So it's like it's immersive and entertaining, but also still very self-aware of what the source material is and what the point is.
I
Yeah.
agree.
One of the parts that I was a little confused about until like the second time I had watched it was during the tribute interview scenes. That's when the crowd is supposed to be
Oh
interacting
yeah.
with that's yeah, so like I like it would say like applause, or it would say boo, or it would say I forget what other
There's
things
like
like
aw,
laugh. Yeah,
yeah.
it would say
Hmm.
so like at those moments like they wanted the crowd to participate and say those things back,
Yeah, as if
because
you were
that's
like a
when
spectator at Caesar's
yes.
show.
Yeah, so that's when we were playing the Capitol. And
Hmm.
so I didn't catch on to that until the second time that I had watched it. So then I wasn't afraid to clap and cheer and boo after that
Did
I
that
after the
get
still feel
any
fact.
like you
better?
did a little bit
Yeah.
when we were in front of our district. We were doing it probably more than anybody else around us.
Oh
Yeah.
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 But yeah, it's just like just lean into it.
Well,
On
also
night,
because there's like a track. So like when it says applause, like the show is playing like
Uh-huh.
like a an applause track.
Yeah.
So it's like that that's what I think makes it so perfectly awkward also because you don't know if you're supposed to be applauding or not, and that's kind of the point, right? It's like genius. What were you gonna say, Sam?
I was just gonna say I didn't know if that got any better because night one, everyone was confused. And I don't remember if there was a track because it was like silent. Like it was, I remember being like,
Ooh.
it
Oh.
was, so I didn't know if it got any better. Because then the second time I went, I was like, oh, I think I'm gonna clap now, but it was just me. So I was like, oh wait, I feel awkward.
Yeah,
So I
you
didn't
went
know if
on
it,
night one, right?
yeah, yeah. So I did
So totally different
opening, yeah.
experience. Because
Yeah.
I heard that they changed a lot, which I guess
Mhm.
you
Yeah,
wouldn't know all the
we had
changes, but
we had about I was there for we were there for a long time. I think I was like talking to the choreographer afterwards, and she said they cut like 30 minutes from the show. So I saw like an extra 30 minutes of
Mm.
nonsense, but like good nonsense. But it even was different from I went on Monday and then it changed even from Monday to Friday. It was different.
Oh wow.
wow.
So like
Yeah,
they were working overtime like during previews trying to like cut like everything that didn't fit.
I
It's
remember
crazy
that.
to I'm so sorry, really quickly. Sam,
Yeah.
it's crazy to think that you saw versions of the show that'll never be seen ever again.
I
Right?
know. I'm like, I wish I would have had like some
Like,
glasses that
and
recorded it
I'm a
because
little
I'm
jealous because it seems like they started, much longer. And I like that they had more at the beginning and then like, okay, what do we have to cut down to make this work? Starting from
yeah.
Mhm.
including more things.
Did you guys see the Clado proposal?
No.
No.
Okay, we got that, but our Clove was out that night, so Kato just said it to no one. So I was like, did I catch what I thought I just saw? But it was weird because like the actress wasn't standing in, so like it was just Kato like on one knee, and I was like, what just happened? Like it was it
Oh
was
my
like
gosh.
That's
super
so
weird.
weird.
Did they cut the Kato
Yeah,
proposal?
we didn't have the Clado proposal, but when we did stage door, particularly for me, the third night, um, the actors Leanna and Felipe, I think are their names, who play Kato and Clove. When I had them sign my journal, and they signed it like with their signature, but then also with their character name. And then Felipe, who plays Kato, drew a little heart with an arrow in it, and he's like, "Oh, are you getting my wife to sign your journal or something like that?" And then when he like completed the autograph, he was like, "If you post this on the internet, it's gonna go crazy."
Oh my God.
So,
That's funny.
which I will be posting soon. Just bear with me here,
Yes,
but
please.
Yeah,
But
there's
but
just
they
too much to post about right now.
yeah,
but they did cut it like basically completely from the show.
yeah, it's not a thing. I mean, you,
Oh, I liked how daring it was when
yeah,
when the first preview happened. I was like, you know what? I don't agree necessarily, but like, that's cool.
yeah. I mean, Clove does call out for Kato when Thresh is about to kill her,
Okay.
but that's like about it in terms of like quote unquote Kaleido moments that made the cut, I guess.
Ooh, what else got cut, Sam, that you remember?
Um, I from like Monday to Friday, I remember that the scene with like Katniss and Peeta were hunting in the arena, and they did that whole like walk quieter thing, and then like with Foxface was actually following them
Mm.
for like
Oh,
a while. Like they were walking in
Mhm.
circles for like a long time. I remember being like, and they kind of were doing like the sunrise, sunset type of like they were trying to make it seem like it was a full day. And I
Mm.
remember being like, damn, this is kind of long. And it definitely was. So they cut out most of that. And I think they just had her pop up and then
Yeah.
they had the cannon go off. But I remember sitting there being like, they're just walking because like they obviously it's just like the round like black box type of theater. So they're just walking in a circle. And I remember being like, gosh, like they're still going. So I know
Yeah,
that was cut for sure.
yeah, they just have her like they have the tree, the Nightlock tree prop, I guess, come up on the square, like the little square platforms,
Mhm.
and then her there, and then she's like, I guess she eats a berry, and then her eyes bleed, and she falls and dies.
Yeah.
Um,
her
y-
eyes bleed?
yeah,
There's a lot of blood.
I
it was
didn't
yeah, it was
More
realize that,
blood
quite
than the
quite
ballad
honestly.
bloody.
movie.
I
That's
was gonna ask.
crazy.
Literally more blood than the ballad movie for sure.
There's
I
a
mean,
lot
any
of
blood
blood
is
during
more
the
fun.
bloodbath.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Emily,
Goodness.
we got to talk about the blood.
The
Yeah, please.
bloodbath is
I'm
probably
very
my
Oh,
favorite
curious.
thing.
yeah.
That Nine Inch Nails ass music, I can't let that go. I'm
It's
sorry,
like
y'all.
nails on a chalkboard,
But
like
good.
sound, and it's so chaotic. Like the bloodbath starts, and they're all just screaming and running around in fear, and it's so unsettling. Like it was making me a little nauseous. The sound, how bad it
Mhm.
was the
I
first
feel like I'd
time.
have a panic attack.
Same. But I
And
loved it.
at first I didn't like it. Like from the first scene, I was like, "What is this? This is not like this is not enjoyable to watch." I'm like, "But that's the point, right?"
Yeah.
And then as soon as it switched from that to like a capital point of view, where I think maybe Caesar is like talking about what's going on in the games, and
Mhm.
this like it transitions to from like that noise that's awful to like this pop music, and they start moving like in a more choreographed way.
And
So
there's
it's like
the
how they're
the
viewing it in the
walking
Capitol
formation.
versus like
That's
what's
Yeah,
actually
that's
happening.
so cool.
And it keeps like going back and forth. to
It's
that, and it's
so
it's
good.
so good. I'm like, this is kind of what I wanted in the movies, was to see like that contrast between more of
Yeah.
the Capitol viewing it for entertainment versus what's
Yeah.
actually horrifically happening in the arena.
Like
Yeah,
speaking of that, like we'll come back to the bloodbath, but like that juxtaposition and contrast of the Capitol and the arena and stuff, like literally when Rue is dying, the Capitol people come back out and they're having a party on stage, like pretty much on top
Around
of
it,
Katniss and
yeah.
Rue. Yeah.
I loved that part.
Yeah. So good.
I heard a lot of bad things, or I heard a lot, not a lot of bad things. I saw a bunch of people like didn't like that. They were like, it really took me out. I was like, that's
Uh,
the point. Like
Yeah.
the point is that like you're like watching this happen, but then now you have to watch these people watch it happen that like don't care because it's
Mm-hmm.
just a game to them. I'm like, that's the point. Like it's supposed to kind of make you like take you out of like what's like that's the point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the bloodbath thing was so cool. I loved the chaos. I mean, like you said, Emily, it made me nauseous, but I was like, turn it up. I want more of this. Like
Yeah, no, I
just
I
put
love
me
it.
in, coach. Like I wanted to be there. Not there, but I just love that moment in the
Put me in the
show so much.
bloodbath.
No, that's
But
not what
yeah,
I
there
mean.
was a lot of blood too. Like
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
like
Like
one girl had like just blood all over her face, and it's like that's how they were the whole rest of the show. It's
yeah.
crazy.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
they don't like necessarily change after that. Like their uniforms or costumes, whatever, are caked in blood and dirt and things. Um, which makes it really cool. And then yeah, when it goes into that more choreographed part, which you have like that formation thing that we loved so much and had the time of our lives recreating outside the theater. Um,
Loved that
honestly,
video.
highlight of the trip, to be honest.
With
Um,
the employees inside laughing at us.
yeah,
yeah. You had the
that
like the
really was,
bartenders like wiping down glasses, and like you saw their heads like cocking back, laughing.
Like, what
mhm,
are they doing?
having fun, damn it.
That video was
Um,
so good.
and then also like when they get into a line, and that's when they start introducing like the red light cannon thing, because they get in that diagonal line, and then Caesar and Servilla, is that the other woman's name? They're like, oh, that's it for the girl from District 3. And then like the girl from District 3 will like kind of stop moving. They'll get like a red spotlight on her, and then she'll start walking back like off stage, and like District 3 will light up red and so on and so forth. Um, yeah, so good.
I liked the transition too, like how Katniss was running like laps around
Mm-hmm.
the arena, and then like as she's running, like the bloodbath music gets quieter and quieter, and then you hear more of like the birds whistling, and then like the trees, and that's kind of where she escapes the bloodbath finally. So I liked that
Yeah.
transition there.
Yeah, it's amazing what they can do and make it all feel like different sections or scenes or spaces just with that one stage.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed the train sequence
Oh my
where
gosh.
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad because like we're going like back and forth, but like I really did enjoy that whole scene where Katniss and Peeta and Haymitch are first interacting with each other right there on
Hey,
the
Mitch.
stage. And like Haymitch, I will say this: I think that Haymitch, the actor that played him, he was one of the best performances
Correct.
of that entire play.
Correct.
Mm.
Well,
I don't.
they were all
Mm.
really good, but he was one of my favorite.
Yeah, I agree.
I thought he yelled a little bit too much. I think some of the lines could have not been screaming, but
I
I do
feel
think
like,
he was good overall.
He was just very convincing to me.
yeah, he felt more like Book Haymitch to me in the sense of like, not that Woody isn't that, but like the drunk falling off stage thing, for example, like on the Reaping, I was so glad that they did that.
Hmm.
Um, and he feels more like a chaotic, kind of gross drunk. He also throws up. Well, not
Ugh.
really, but he throws
Ugh.
up on
I
A
stage.
hate
lot of
that part.
characters throw up.
Yeah, so
A lot of throw up on that stage.
true.
Ugh.
But like, I don't know, for me that really, like you said, one that was very convincing to me. I'm like, that's Hamish. And
Did they
also the costuming and like his wig and beard and stuff is giving Joseph Zeta Hamish, but older. Like
Mm.
it's just, I don't know. I loved him. You guys know how I feel about that. but I loved him.
Do they still do the Happy Birthday Haymitch line?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, all right. I didn't know if they were gonna take that one out.
And I also really liked that it didn't feel like any of the characters were trying to copy like the film's version of
Hmm.
that character.
Yeah.
Like even
Yeah.
the delivery of like "Happy Hunger Games, may the odds be ever in your favor." The Effie Trinket play actress, I didn't feel like she was trying to copy Elizabeth Banks.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
same thing for Caesar Flickerman. Like the Caesar Flickerman play actor, I haven't gotten all their names down, but um he was hilarious in the play. Like I liked the part where he goes, and yes, the curtains match the
Oh
drapes.
my God.
And everybody in the theater started
Whoa.
laughing.
Oh my, that's
That
so
was
funny.
good.
That's
That
insane.
caught me so off guard, but I loved it too. Yeah, I was like, I can't believe he just said that. But that so good. And then
I oh,
the
go ahead.
first time I saw it, because it was Monday was still in previews, right? And so when he said that, I didn't know if he was just like improving or ad-libbing or what. But then no, that's just the line, which is really fun.
I feel like most of his stuff was made to seem like ad-libbing, and like
Yeah.
he did a good job of like bad ad-libbing, but like in a
Mhm.
obviously planned way. Because there were so many lines, and I was like, "Oh my God, I feel so awkward." But I
Did
mean, like it
he
was
ad
meant to be
lib
awkward.
some?
I
Like, because
maybe.
there was a moment, I think he ad libbed when our section in 4 was like cheering a little bit, or the people behind us were cheering, and he was like, "Oh yeah, all both of you like
No, no,
cheering," or something like that. It was funny.
he did that when I was in 7 the third time. He also had that too. He maybe like
Okay, so it just felt like ad libbing. Okay, that's
yeah.
cool.
I think
I
maybe that's
also
like what
like
they directed him to do, being like just kind of like go off the like
Depending on what
here's your lines,
happens.
but
Yeah.
yeah,
mhm,
yeah, and then make it seem
calling
bad as ad-libbing because he's like technically supposed to be live.
yeah, calling PETA a little cream puff was a choice.
That part was so funny.
That's another one where I was like, oh my God, he really just said that.
Somebody in the chat also asked, like, did they use the score from the film? And like, is
Yes
that
and
Only I think
no.
it was only the Horn of Plenty was really the only one that was used.
And the hanging tree at the
Yeah.
No
end.
booby trap.
They do also have the TV announcement from Ballad music.
oh.
Mm.
Oh,
Yes, yes,
yeah.
yes, yes. That
But then
But
other than that, they had their own original music
but
as
they
well.
also added the Valley song, which is
Mm-hmm.
not in the
Oh, they
movies.
did.
And it's
Whoa.
the Valley song from the book.
yeah.
So that's
Awesome.
cool.
Yeah.
Which was your favorite costumes from the play?
Oh man.
I
I
liked
think
Effie, but
I really liked the chariot outfits, even though they were different than what was like from the films. I liked the special effects that came with it.
all the fire.
Yes.
Lots of fire
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
show.
that was
And it
sick.
was hot too. We were
Yeah.
sitting like when we were in front row in 4, it was hot. Like so I can only imagine how hot it is like being on stage by the fire.
Mm-hmm.
It's also impressive that they have to do that twice a day. And they have like a 2-hour break in between shows.
Yeah.
So I give props to really all of the actors for like putting themselves through that twice a day, like 4 to 5 days a week. I don't know. I'm not in theater, and I know that that's what they trained for, and that's what their job is. But it's a lot of work. It's intense.
Yeah, man. I
Not
mean,
fun.
when we saw Ewan, who plays PETA at Stage Door, that one, the District 4 night, he got hit in the head with an axe. And then Clove, Leanna, on Friday night had like injured her finger, and she was telling us about how the show used to have real knives in it.
Oh.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, she
She,
sliced her finger
Whoa.
open.
hmm And then, yeah, the actor who plays Drove, which is I guess just one of the tributes, had like a neck brace on and was brought out to an ambulance when he was
Oh.
walking, so presumably he's okay, but definitely like a very, very intense physical show. And yeah, even though they do train, like stuff always can happen. Um, so yeah, it's just really impressive all around.
I will say I felt like I was kind of fighting for my life in comments after the first preview. Um, we got like let in late, and then it was like an hour late. Like I was more thrilled that we were getting in at all, but people online like could not get over the fact that they were letting us in late, and like people were complaining that like the staff didn't know where things were, and it was like I think we need like I was like fighting for people to be like give us some grace. And
Hmm.
then when we sat down and the whole show happened, I was like, the production level of this show is unlike anything I've ever seen before. And I am a very, very like, I love theater. I am a theater girly through and through. I go to so many shows and I've never seen anything like as technical as this, if I'm being honest. And I
Hmm.
felt like in the show, like there was nothing that I saw that happened that I was like, huh, like production kind of messed that one up. Or like I feel like I'm pretty critical when it comes to like stuff like that. But there truly wasn't anything that with how much that can go wrong, how much
Yeah.
like either went wrong and I did not notice or people didn't notice. But they're like this production team is insane because it was absolutely like jaw dropping. The just amount of like technical stuff that goes into it.
And I'm gonna jump in
Absolutely.
too, Sam, because like a lot of people don't understand what previews mean,
Mm-hmm,
like
mm-hmm.
at all.
I was
I
fighting people.
and it's like I'm also a huge theater person. I'm an actor. Like I live and die by the theater. And it's like
Yes.
I've never seen anybody be so critical over a preview before in my entire life because outlets aren't allowed to report like a full review of the show until after previews are over because
Yep.
they will change so much. Sam, you know, they've changed so
Y-
much.
yep.
It's just like the few times that you like saw it in such a short time period. And it's like stop being critical of it. Like
Yep.
calm
I've gone
down.
to previews before. You know, I live like where I can go see previews at like shows that are like coming up and everything. And I've gone to previews where there's been like a time where the curtain didn't work or blah blah blah. Like something happened where the curtain then goes down and they're like, we have a technical issue. We'll be right back. And that never happened. Like there was never a time like that. Like I'm like, oh, you were led into the theater late. Like boo hoo. The
Yeah.
construction may be slightly concerning. Whatever. We were safe. It was fine. Everyone was fine. But like the technical stuff and like everything, nobody like messed up their lines. Nobody like I was like this. It was so good, and everyone reporting on it after the first preview. I was like, y'all get out of here. I was truly fighting in everybody's comments.
Yeah,
How
I
was speaking of the construction though, like how noticeable was that?
The night I went, it was pretty bad. We walked up at like 3 p.m. to like scope out the area because I'm
Yeah.
crazy and I was like, I just want to see everything.
No, I would have done the same thing. I
Eh,
get that.
Yeah, and it was there were still men in hard hats like working on the entrance.
Oh my God.
So and then there was no pathway to go see, like we couldn't even go see the theater. It was blocked by like a gate, like construction gate with literally it was like do not enter construction area. And I was like, oh, sure. And then like a producer walked by us and was like, it'll be fixed by tonight. And we were like, okay. So that was like a little crazy, but I like trusted the process. I'm like, it'll happen. It'll happen. And I also just didn't want it to get canceled. So I was like, I need to bring the good vibes.
Yeah, I do wish that they would have delayed the opening just so that the theater was a little bit more complete because I know that there was
Yeah.
a lot of like disability issues
Yes,
that people were
that was
experiencing.
yeah.
Yeah, like that's not great. But like I don't know, people had to see the show. I've it's just interesting to me how like I mean when you guys went like Emily, AJ, was it a little bit better or like more noticeable that there had been changes?
I well, obviously I don't know what it was like in the beginning, so I can't really speak to that. I know that they had elevators. The only elevator that I took, I don't know that a wheelchair would fit in it, but
Mm.
maybe there's another elevator that I just didn't, have to use or see or anything. So I don't know. Um, with what I do for work and stuff, I pay attention to sensory things, and they do have like they have a content warning on screens outside the theater, and then I know it's like in the email or something that there's flashing lights and things like that. I did actually talk to the accessibility people about that, and I gave them my card
Yes, as you should.
We love that.
because also, hey, I'll come back and train your staff if I can watch the show again. I'll do that.
It's like, let me watch
Um,
it one more time. I really need to see this again.
yeah,
Like,
I think I missed like the one angle when PETA like turns to the left, and I just really want to see what that looks like. Um, no, but that part, they did tell me, because I basically the way I went about it was I just asked them like, hey, have you guys had any inquiries about sensory accessibility? And they were like, yeah, we've had some people ask, and unfortunately, like, we don't have a whole lot for that right now, but it's something we want to do. We're trying our best, but we know we're not doing enough, kind of thing. So they were kind of like, I would say, aware. And
yeah.
that's when I was like, hey, I'm the right person. I can help you with that. Here's my card. And then obviously, like, I don't know what will come from that, but um they seem to be aware and at least of that. I don't know about like physical accessibility as much. Yeah, I did notice some of like the ADA seating at like the top rows. I don't know if like what the seat map looks like otherwise, but yeah.
I know that's been like brought up a lot, so I wasn't really sure. I needed like an
Yeah.
on the ground person to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry not to like, I didn't mean to not speak on that. I just didn't have like that experience
No,
myself.
no.
So I didn't like, but I remember seeing a video after the first night too about it.
Yeah, I'd seen several on TikTok. I mean, that whole night was just like the amount of negativity I was seeing, just like based on like the first reviews and stuff. I was like, y'all,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
I
just
did
open.
like the first night, when Emily and I went, when I went back to my hotel room, I was like, okay, let's finally take a look at what people have been saying. And I immediately stopped
Yep.
because like all
Mm.
the reviews that are like more in depth, like long form videos that I was finding on YouTube were like one of them was titled, I went to see the Hunger Games on stage so you don't have to. And I clicked it and I shouldn't have because it was like AJ rage bait basically. But
I got that one recommended on my YouTube, and I was like, I can't do
yep.
this right now.
And I was like, maybe it's just a clickbait title. I'll give it a try. Like maybe it's just like an actual, objective, honest review, whatever. Personally, I think I watched maybe like 10 to 15 minutes of it out of like the 42 minutes. And I was like, no, you're wrong. I can't deal with this. Like,
Well, and I think
Hmm.
those were the videos that were trending, especially on TikTok.
yes.
The trending videos were the ones that were getting like the most amount of interactions were the ones that were kind of like dogging on it.
Yeah.
So, because I tried to like put something out there and it like, I mean, it like didn't do well. And it was like, it's the people that were complaining about it. And like people love to bash things. So I know
Mm-hmm.
that those were the ones that seemed to be trending more.
Yeah.
So I was definitely like I said, I was in people's comments kind of fighting for it because I was like, that's not fair. Like these, you can't like, there's a reason the press doesn't go until press night. Like there's a reason that you're not allowed to like as a reporter like report on it until it's
Hmm.
out of previews. Like I was like, this is like not fair to this
Yeah.
production because I was like, I was so worried. Not that I mean they built a whole theater for this and everything, but it's like you just don't want it to end before it even starts. And I was getting so nervous because I was like, I just don't want like these like bad reviews of people trying to get like
Hmm.
clicks to like outdo all the hard work that this entire production's been like working on for months,
A hundred
years.
percent.
Like,
Yeah, I totally felt the same way. There was one comment that I came across, I think it was on YouTube, where someone was like, if someone tells me it's because it's still in previews one more time, I'm gonna lose it. And I'm like,
Oh,
well, but that's what it is. So
that's
like
what it
deal
is.
with it. Like I don't know
Like,
what you want from
what?
me. And yeah, people just love being angry on the internet for no reason. It makes people feel like they're right and people like being right about stuff. Um, and no,
Yep.
sorry,
I made a
but no.
post that was like the definition of a preview because I was like, I'm sick of this. Like, if you don't know what a preview is, like, that's fine. Like, not expecting you to ever, not everyone's a theater goer, but like, let me define what this means.
Yeah.
And I do know some of the cast. I had met some of them after as well. We didn't have a stage door at the time because the building was still under construction, but I did run into a few of them on the way to the train, and they were like, the one guy, he like had, or I think it was Gail's character, and he was like, "Thank you for
Hmm.
like the positivity you put out there. Like it means a lot, and like thanks for trying
Oh,
to like, you know, do like kind of defend what a preview is. And I was like, you're welcome. Like I'm a theater person. I feel like it's my duty.
Yeah, it's so crazy to me that I don't know, people went and saw it under those circumstances with all those disclaimers and still were like, like
Yeah.
I saw
also like
somebody say that they left halfway too because it was
That's
so
crazy.
bad, and I'm like,
I saw that.
watching the show, I was like, in what world would you leave halfway through this? I just can't even understand. I can't fathom it at all.
Where is the intermission, or I'm sorry, not intermission, the interval at? Like, where does that start?
it's right when the games begin, so it's like Act 1 ends
Like as
where
their
it's like the countdown.
pedestals, yeah.
There's a countdown to
Oh,
the bloodbath. Yeah, but it's just Katniss, I think.
Yeah. And it's just like, welcome to the 74th Hunger Games, let the games begin, or something to that effect. And then it goes to black, and then interval, and that's when they like start dropping down the backpacks.
yeah, I've seen those pictures. There. Wait, don't you have a picture, Emily?
Yeah.
The backpacks. That I love that. Like, I think that's very cool.
I don't think
There's
so. Oh yeah, here, but that's later in the show.
So
yeah.
the thing with the backpacks is like I'm like a prop maker, and
Mhm.
I made one of Katniss's arena backpacks from the first movie. I know that they obviously not going to use that for me as Katniss, but I feel like it would be like a really cool Easter egg if I could somehow, some way get in contact with like the prop department for the play and like say, hey, I
Yes.
made this backpack. It's an exact
Just
replica of the
sneak
one
it
used
up
in the
there.
first movie, and sneak it into there. Like if somebody from the crew could just like hang the backpack in there as like an Easter egg, like as an homage to the films.
And it's just like just attach it to a string and lift it up. It's not hard.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is like I will make an entirely brand new backpack, ship it to the London stage just for them to like put in that bloodbath, just so I could be like, okay, that was mine, and they're using it for the play. I
That
feel like
would be
that'd be a
so
dream.
cool.
See, one, I thought this was going to go a different direction where you're going to be like, oh, I saw the backpacks and I just thought to myself, I need to make every single one of those
Because
backpacks.
they're
No,
so ugly.
Are
no,
they
no. I'm
ugly?
sure. I'm sure they
No.
just bought
No,
them at
no.
like some camping shops or something. But
Yeah. It's
no,
so cool though.
I don't know. I always want to like feel like I have some part in it, so I could be like I contributed it this way.
Yes. And don't
Juan,
they have like a cornucopia thing as well? Like this isn't like
yeah.
because when I first saw these pictures, I was like, oh, is that just like an abstract cornucopia, just things hanging from the ceiling? But they
They
have like an
do.
actual structure, right?
Yeah, that
Mhm.
comes out at the very end though.
I liked the
Oh,
reveal at the end. I
that's kind
liked
of
Yeah,
not seeing
cool.
it
It looks
in the
kind of like
beginning.
bones.
Yeah.
yeah, like a rib
Oh,
cage.
Yeah.
Rib
It
cage.
gave me Lion King.
that's so cool,
Me
actually.
too.
Yeah. I was like, am I at the Lion King on stage?
But Ronnie, speaking of like backpacks and things, like like before even going into the theater at one, I was like, I'm not gonna say what it is yet, but I'm gonna be commissioning you for a few things.
Oh, the
Um,
best.
those orange vests, I need
These
one.
fits.
I don't care.
Yes, these were
The
good
pants
fits.
especially,
Oh, the pants
but
are great.
like the pants, but like those vests, I don't know. Whatever you feel is doable, I need it in my life.
Yeah, I'm
Also,
like I'm gonna need to look at some more pictures, or like I'm gonna need somebody to like record parts of the show so I can get all angles of it because it's kind of hard to recreate
Oh,
with
sure.
my
No, I
memory.
know. No, you're so good, but because I even want to study them just to be able to draw them. Um, so maybe we can work together on that or something. But
It'll be a collaborative effort.
yeah.
building a team.
Yeah, I hope that they release like over time because this has been extended until next October. So I hope that between now and then, which is basically a year, they'll release more official photographs or even little clips of the
Mhm.
production because I need to be able to relive this at home, damn
Yeah.
it.
I'm sure they
Yes.
will in order to like, maybe if
Mhm.
tickets slow down a little or, they need something to
I would
recharge it.
love,
Which
I'm putting this out here right now. I need an official taping of this. I don't care. I don't care. I need it. I don't figure it
I do
out.
think it has to say something though that they've extended it already. Like
Mhm.
that's
Mhm.
crazy.
Yeah.
Like Sam, they don't just extend things that
Ye-
quickly.
No, never. I was shocked. And they
I
extended
was
it before
too.
the
My jaw
opening night.
dropped.
I know. I know that was shocking. I actually was like, that is very abnormal. They normally kind of like will wait until the end
Basically
of like is
closing.
coming closer. Yeah, yeah.
So I mean,
And
the
it's
ticket
such
sales
a
must be
niche
great
thing
for this.
too.
I know. I mean, it just shows the
It's
ticket sales have to be
crazy.
great for it.
Yeah.
Well, and we were like, they could do Catching Fire with
I
this.
would love. That's my one gripe
That would
about
be
this entire
awesome.
thing. Is like I wish that they would do all the books, but I don't know if they would. I feel like that's a lot.
I think they could do Catching Fire. They probably could do Mockingjay, but I'm not sure how, like, I hate to say it, but how entertaining, quote unquote,
Yeah,
that would
people just
be.
get tired with Mockingjay.
Well, Mockingjay
Mhm.
is a very hard book to get through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very emotional and not so action-packed, except for like the very end, basically.
I mean, I've seen some
Mhm.
very depressing plays that made me just like want to be by myself for a few
Yeah.
weeks.
But we could
So
totally get that scene in Mockingjay where like the floor just drops.
that would be so
fun.
What-
cool.
It'd be
Oh.
awesome. It's not in the movie.
I
They
think we
could
should
do
just
it.
get an Everlark play and like that's all I need.
There we
Just
Just the
go.
scenes of
Everlark
them.
scenes.
Yeah.
What?
That's
So
when I
true.
switched seats for each night. When I was there the first night, I couldn't see the cave scene. Like not I could see it, but not well enough. So then when I picked my seats for the second time I went, I was like, I will be front row for the cave scene because I was like, I
And
will not
I
miss a
asked
second.
you
Yeah.
before I went to I got into your DMs and said, "Hey, I'm gonna see it a second time. Where should I sit?"
And I was like,
And
well,
you said, "Well, Peter and Katniss definitely get some time in front of District 4," when I said that I was sitting in 4 on Friday. So I
because
see what you mean
yes,
now.
I was in 5 and I like was in the second row of 5, so I kind of had to like lean forward a little bit, and I like couldn't see them as well as I would have liked. And then when I moved, I was like, yes, this is my seat.
How accurate? Like, how much of it is movie and how much of it is book, and how much of it is just kind of like its own thing?
I almost feel like it's in thirds. Maybe not completely, but it felt, to me at least, it felt like a pretty even blend, honestly.
I think it's mostly movie though, like really rooted in the movie, but
Are there a lot
then
of like movie lines? Like, is that is mahogany?
No.
Oh
well,
no, I'm sorry, they missed it there. I wish that line was in it.
I thought that wasn't it. Maybe
Mm-mm.
Maybe in previews.
maybe it was in previews. Or
Yeah,
maybe I'm
because
like imagining it because I feel like I've heard it so many times.
Yeah.
the like that the train set thing, Katniss holds a knife to Hamish's throat,
Oh yeah.
and then the next like knife thing is that she quote unquote throws it into that plate. But
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
not in the table, and there wouldn't be
There
a
would be
reason for Effie
mahogany.
to say that. Yeah.
There's no mahogany there.
I love that train set though. I need it.
mhm.
I that's
Yeah,
the one
it's
thing I haven't seen pictures or videos of, I don't think.
the middle of the stage, like there's a circle within a circle, like that's that smaller oval in the middle,
It like
like
raises and lowers,
raises
right?
up and lowers. Yeah. And so it like raises up and there's a whole like train compartment in the
That's
middle
so
there that comes up.
cool.
It's also like the tribute center apartment. Like it does a bunch of different things on that little platform, but I need pictures, like official pictures of the train set. I need it because I need
I
to be able to draw it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
AJ,
they
I
did
feel
a
like
good
we
job
have
with those sets.
hmm
AJ, I feel like we have similar tastes in sets and trains that like
I
I need
mean,
to see
I'm
this now.
autistic, you know, like
Someone needs
I mean, I
to
love me a train.
Not the
someone needs
train
to buy
special
those Google
interest.
lenses, those Google lenses that record, and then
I
just like
know.
record the entire show with their eyes.
Well, that's part of it. I've
oh.
seen some clips on TikTok that people have recorded. Like I've seen some of the reaping scene. I've seen some of the chariot scene. But like it's so hard for me to like gauge. Like I know it's one of those things I don't think it can be like seen recorded. Like you have to be there to experience it.
Yeah.
With stuff happening all around you.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
seemed very overwhelming, like in a good way, but like there was a lot going on.
And the
Definitely.
screens would be different too sometimes. So it's like
Hmm.
depending on
Yep.
which way you were facing, you'd
Oh,
see something
really?
different on the screen.
Yeah, and one thing I also really liked too was that like for some scenes they had the actors actually come through the crowd to get onto the stage. So like when they're
Yeah.
calling out Katniss for her interview, she actually walks down the
The
aisle and
stairs,
she's
yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
she's
fabulous.
waving at the crowd, and then PETA is on the opposite side. And then when there's that first Capitol party, the Capitol people come out from District One and they're like going down the stairs and then they enter through the front barricade and they push the gate open, and I thought that was really cool having them come through the crowd to get to the stage.
Hmm.
And they did
And
their
then
song, which we didn't talk
Ugh.
about, but they
Did
had the
That
did
Capitol
they
people
music
not
did a
has
whole
cut
been
that?
stuck
song,
in my head.
a whole number.
Did they not cut that?
No, it
Now
was
it's in
great. I
it.
loved it. I loved
It's
that
so
I
song.
want to
good.
Hmm.
hear it. So I've never heard any clips from it. I've looked. I need to hear it.
I
It's
just know
great.
that like a few of us at Stage Door Friday night had it stuck in our heads. I mean, I know for me, I think I did like a quick little voice note on my phone when I got back to my hotel room so I wouldn't forget it because I wasn't sure if I'd ever hear it
I need to do
again.
that with like the bloodbath, bop.
Oh, I
Yes,
need that bloodbath bop so bad.
Bloodbath Bob is crazy.
The
I
triple
love
B, the
when I'm
triple
like walking
B.
into work, I'm like thinking that in my head.
So true.
I need somebody to like sing it or hum it or something.
I've already forgotten it.
I'm shy.
I'm not
I have it in my
musical,
head, but
I
I'm
fear.
shy.
The stage is yours, AJ. Everybody just be
No,
quiet.
no, not the when this is being live and recorded.
I was with somebody on my first night that did not like the song at all.
Well,
Um,
they're wrong.
I I agree. I hope she's listening. I enjoyed it because I kind of it really drew even more of a line between the district and the capital because I remember sitting there being like, what is going on? Like I remember being like, these people are kooky, they're dressed weird, the song's weird, the vibes are weird. But again, like that's the point.
Hmm.
And I think it's like you have to really, really draw that line so that if the like you have to I kept trying to like tell people that you have to this play had to be done in a way that it could relate to an audience member that has never seen the movie, never read the book, has no idea what's going on. Like you have to still relate the play so that somebody who truly is clueless can
Hmm.
understand what's happening. And I think that really like
Yeah.
helped define the two classes because it's like why are these people singing and dancing and being weird like we're about to enter the Hunger Games. And I think like I was trying to describe to her being like you have to imagine it, they had to create this for somebody that has no idea what's going on.
Which, by the way, imagine that this is the first time you're experiencing this
I-
story. That would be kind of crazy, like
Mhm.
a little
and
bit.
statistically, I'm sure that's a thing that someone has
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
experienced.
yeah. And then
But
even
also,
people, oh sorry.
no, Sam, I just think that you should change the entire like tagline to the musical or the play of "That's the point."
That's the
Hmm.
point.
Hunger Games
Like
on stage. That's the point.
and
Because
another that's the point is people were like Katniss is like acting like her acting's like too over the top. And I was like,
that's the
again,
point.
that's the point. Like theater, you have to perform to the back of the house. Like, hi, theater girly. Like, I know the facials have to reach to the end, like to the end of the theater. So it's like, for front row, yeah, she was a little over the top. But again, it's like, can you see her facial reactions in District 11? You have to
Hmm.
be able to see them. So
Yeah,
again, that's
Perform
the
for the
point.
back.
because that's
I
something
can
that I
hear
had.
my theater teacher.
Perform for the
Perform for
back
the back.
row.
That's basically like how I felt when we got out of the Monday on the District 2 night with Emily, where I was like, man, because I have seen quite a few like Broadway shows and other plays, so like I'm familiar, but
Mhm.
it's not necessarily like I wouldn't call it like an interest of mine, like not like you guys, right? And so I'm not as used to it in that way. So when I was sitting there, I was like, oh right, like oh right, this is theater acting. It's a little bit different.
Yeah.
And it's not that I don't like it, it's just I don't it takes me out of it a little bit. For me, it's a little distracting, but I also can recognize that this is how it's supposed to be, and it's not really like a fault of the play or the show or the actors. It's more just I'm not used to it. I'm not the best judge of character for this sort of thing.
Well,
Um,
It also
but I
doesn't
still
help that it's from like something that you love and adore.
right.
Because like I mean,
They're
and
gonna be
like I
hyper
said,
critical of, like hyper
yeah,
focused on.
and like I
Yeah.
mean, like I've said many times before, I hate J.K. Rowling. I did go see Cursed Child, like parts 1 and 2, unfortunately, before all of this came out. And she when I watched the play, like my first instinct was like, this is so weird because it's so different than like the movie and like the
Right.
book. And it was such an adjustment for me that I didn't get it at first. And then like as it kept going, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You have to take some time to marinate into it.
You definitely have to like almost if you're especially if you're not like a theater person, it's definitely a little bit of an acquired taste.
Yeah.
But now that I've seen it 3 times in the span of 1 week, I'm fine with it. Like there's parts of it that I still think are a little funny. Like there's that part where she goes, to survive, and I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, there's like certain line deliveries that are still kind of funny to me, but like, I don't know, I'm just used to it now and it's not that
Mhm.
jarring.
Oh, a question I did have. I wanted to ask. On the first night, I didn't know if this was like supposed to happen, but um when like Prim gets reaped and then like Katniss volunteers, did Prim fall over?
No.
So she throws
Okay.
her. She kind of throws her
Did
back, and I
she
was
did
like,
Oh
she
yeah.
fall on the
I think she
ground
did
though?
fall one of the times at least that I
Okay,
saw
because
it.
I was like, that to
She
me
kind
was
of
a
yeets
lot.
her.
I
Yeah.
as someone who saw a leaked recording of the reaping scene on TikTok, yes. I saw I don't know which night it was recorded, but she was thrown back.
Yeah. I didn't know if and again I had to like even as a theater goer, I was like, damn, that was kind of a lot. Like I was like, ooh,
Yeah,
like
it was
It's
a
that was a
little
little rough
jarring.
because
awkward when I saw it
yeah.
because
But
it
then
was
again,
like
I
I
was
don't
trying
think
to be
she'd ever like
y-
hurt Prim.
Hmm.
like she's trying to save her. Why is she now throwing her on the ground?
Yeah,
Like
it was
this
a
girl
little
hasn't
intense.
eaten, you're gonna break her bones. Like give it a break. So I thought that was a lot, but again, I was like second row, so I was like, maybe like for the back row, like it makes sense.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I
I
don't
don't
know,
know.
throwing your 12-year-old sister to the ground, even from the back row.
It was
I
a
mean,
lot, yeah.
I wasn't in the back, but in the top of District 7, it is kind of a way up there. It still felt a little jarring because you can still hear her like hit the ground and like
Oh god.
it's just
It's
Yeah,
aggressive.
sometimes the noises like that, like if somebody like hits their costume or like gets
yeah.
thrown to the ground, like the noises can be a little bit
Yeah.
Also,
out of place.
to the
There
other
was
tribute talkers that are on, I will definitely send the video if I can find it because it is very jarring of Prim just getting slammed.
yeah, it was just kind of like, okay, Katniss is in WWE now. Like, here you go.
It just reminds me because like it's like that jarring choice that they do in the first Hunger Games movie where it's like when she's like I volunteer and then like the camera shifts and it's like a different shot like, I volunteer as tribute, but like
Mhm.
in this one she just pushes her down, like slams her to the ground.
It is pretty hardcore. Yeah.
What are some choices that they've made that you guys aren't a fan of? I'm here to be a hater.
Oh,
I
I'll tell
don't
you
like
my
the way the
okay,
bow
sorry.
looks.
Okay, please.
I was
Anya's
ready
Brian,
to
ready.
jump
please.
in.
I hear we have a lot of a lot of thoughts. Whoever wants to go first.
Go ahead.
Wait, me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So one thing that Brian and I were both like, the first
Hmm.
thing that we noticed is I don't like the way the bow looks because the
Mm.
Yep.
limbs are put on backwards, and it's a recurve bow. So the way that it's shaped, it's just all wrong. Like I don't know. It's hard to explain to
Agreed.
somebody that doesn't know archery, but yeah, I don't like the way the bow looks.
I mean,
Mm.
to their defense, a lot of theater people don't know archery.
Yeah, I would have no idea.
I mean,
Like,
AJ and I did some archery a couple times, which was fun, but I didn't. It took me a minute to really realize what because I saw Brian's post about it. I think is it because it's to like help with the illusion of like her like firing the arrows or is
I
it
don't
do
know because, yeah, I mean, I haven't been to archery in a minute, but I did it for like a year and a half straight at one point, and the I mean, I'm not a physicist or anything, but like dry firing, right? Like if you're just like I don't think the shape of the limbs would need to change in order for you to put like some sort of more stretchy string or something on there to like help with that, I don't think you would have to change how a recurve bow looks to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, no,
What?
because like for
So
the films, Jennifer had a
yeah.
custom 20, it was like 20 or 25 pound limb set made
Mhm.
for her to specifically dry fire in
Yeah.
scenes. So I don't really think that it's the shape of it. It's just they assembled it incorrectly. I don't know. I'd have to take a look at the bow and like actually inspect it in person and like be like, no, no, you need to flip this like this because like even in like the behind the scenes um promo videos where Mia is training, the bow is like in the correct I don't know,
Mhm.
the recurve is correct, I guess you
Yeah.
could say. But then in the
I did
play,
wonder.
it's flipped backwards. I'm like, that doesn't look right.
I mean,
I
I
did
feel like
wonder, Ronnie, the same thing. If I was like, maybe
it
it's
ha-
because they had to fit the rest of the prop in there to get it to fire, like during the scenes where she's like shooting at stuff, and it's like not actually like, I don't know. Like I kind of thought the same
yeah,
thing.
that's what I'm thinking because it's like if they were doing it like, but granted though, I guess if they weren't, if they were doing it correctly in rehearsal, then why not just like have it flipped like they would have it during the actual show? Um, I don't know. I mean, that my theory is just that it's part of the magic trick, but I
Yeah,
don't.
I do wonder if they like wasn't working right, and then they had to flip it for some other like who
Yeah, I
knows.
mean, there has to be some really weird specific with this because I don't think that it's unintentional. I mean, the people spend a lot of time in these things.
For
Yeah,
sure.
I do feel like if you're tasked as like the prop person, like sorry, I don't know their name. But if you're doing
Prop
props on
master.
this, prop master, whoever this, I'm trying to go through my little playbill. But if you're on this, like you're gonna do your research. Like these people are well researched.
Yeah,
So
and the fact.
I would have to think it's not a mistake. I would have to think it has something to do with it wasn't firing correctly with the special effects or something.
I also
Yeah.
noticed too though that before she steals the bow from Glimmer, the limbs are in the correct direction. So it's like a perfectly recurved bow when Glimmer has it. But then when Katniss gets the bow, it magically flips.
Oh
Yeah,
Okay,
wait,
there
so it's
has to
really?
be
gotta
some
be
reason to
then.
this.
Yeah, it's
It's
gotta
So
it's
be then.
intentional.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah,
I
there's
saw
no way that they would just like get it wrong.
yeah, I guess then though the question is kind of like if they made a specific bow for the movies for it to intentionally be dry fired, like then it's possible to have this is like so nitpicky by the way, like I don't think
I
most
know.
people care about
I
this.
was like, all right, what do
see
you
that
guys
this
But
not
was
like
like
just
about
my
it?
this
We're
was
just
just
talking
my
about the
little
bow.
thing. Like that was the only thing I didn't really like was just the way the bow looked. And that was
yeah,
it.
that's so fair. Um yeah.
Yeah. Well, because it's how they pull like when she pulls back like to make it look like I don't even know. I
hmm
don't know.
I don't know
I
that
f
okay. To answer your question about what we didn't like as much, I don't know if this is a dislike. I think it's just something that I don't know how to feel about it maybe. But like when Katniss is in the Capitol and she's talking to Gale, Gale isn't there, but like
Oh my god, I thought we were going to like OG Hunger Games movie script.
I
Billy
know,
Ray,
I
Gail
know.
like
finally goes to the
territory.
Capitol.
I was like, oh
Suzanne
no.
got it in there finally.
Do we get the Avox subplot? Do we
Yeah.
get like Seneca pushed out a hovercraft?
Like it's just that scene, it makes sense to me. That's why I can't say I dislike it. I get what they're doing with it. It helps to convey both Katniss's emotional state and also it helps kind of flesh out her relationship, whatever that is, with Gale in
Are
the
they like talking
on
to each other or is it like
yeah. They're talking to each other and like Gale is even like kind of holding her by like the waist. They're sitting down on the couch thing. Like it's very much kind of like I guess like a dream sequence, but in a
Yeah,
theater version.
yeah,
Um,
because they're also in different lighting too.
yeah, yeah.
okay.
So it's not like Gail is not literally there, but she's talking to him. They're having a conversation as if he's there. And like I said, I get the function of that. It's there to communicate her emotional state and their relationship. The stage show, to me, feels more pro Gale.
Yes,
I
I
mean,
agree.
Gale Mockingjay Pin Gate.
Yeah, there's that. Also, like PETA even has a comment like at the way end when he's like, "What? So you can go back to Gale or something like that." And I don't know. The bias of the show felt like it was pro Gale,
I agree.
which I don't
She
necessarily
thinks
think
about
is a.
Gale a lot in the book,
That's what I was
right?
gonna say. Like
So
that's why
I
I
think
Yeah,
it's
say,
so much better than in the movie where he just stares longingly at the screen.
that's
yeah.
very true.
I do think Tristan, who plays Gale, did an incredible job.
Hmm.
I thought he was the most likable Gale that there could have been. Like I felt like I
Yeah.
wasn't mad at him, you know what I mean? Like if it was like Liam Hemsworth up there, I would have been mad. Um, just by default. But I thought Tristan did a really good job. And I
Agreed.
like meeting him, I even said that. I was like, you actually kind of, again, not a Gale apologist, but I was like, you kind of gave me a second of like, oh, he's not that bad. Like I was like, I've
Hmm.
spent all these years hating on Gale, and I'm like,
But
huh.
he isn't until catching fire, so
Exactly.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. I
That's
think
like,
so. Then Tristan just played it well. Like he really, like I thought he did a great job.
I would
yeah,
love to see
because
him do like Mockingjay Gale.
mhm.
Yeah.
Because to me, that's what was really cool. Like, I've always said this about the books and the films, which, or not really the films, I guess the books, which is that I don't mind Gale at all in the first book. Like, he's not my favorite character, but I have like a very neutral stance towards him, and I understand like his role in Katniss's life and why that's important to her. That all makes sense to me. And then obviously the movie adaptation kind of does away with that for sake of time or whatever. And then my real issues with Gale start in Catching Fire. And then the stage show, because it's just the first installment, it feels accurate to the book in that way. But because we've been so used to the film adaptations and how I would say the majority of people tend to be pro PETA, I guess, it felt jarring because I was like, whoa, where is this like pro Gale energy coming from? But it's
Yeah.
accurate. So that's why I can't even say I don't like it because it's accurate. And
Yeah.
like Sam just said, Tristan is so great and does a really good job. And I also love the scene when Caesar goes to District 12 to interview Prim and Mrs. Everdeen. And he tries to interview Gale and like Gale storms out and like there's the whole insisting on the fact that he's her cousin
Oh,
thing
I
and all
loved
that.
that. Yeah.
Um, and you can see Gale's like rebel nature in his personality in that scene like really well. Um, and yeah, I feel like it added more dimension to that character that the movies didn't really do as much.
Yeah, I also really enjoyed his first scene when he brings the bread on the arrow and then they trade the Prim's cheese from the goat. I liked that whole interaction in the beginning of the play too.
Yeah.
they play up the romance though a little bit though,
Yeah.
and some of the lines, like I know one that was kind of jarring to me both times was when Gale says, "Wear something pretty."
Yep.
And in the book, that's definitely a sarcastic line from him. Like, you know, wear something pretty. But in the play, he definitely says it in a very hopeful, kind of romantic manner. Like,
Yeah.
wear something pretty. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
what? So they do kind of change his character a little bit, I feel like, in the play.
Yeah, I agree. Also with like their conversation of having kids or not thing. Um, I mean, I guess that's kind of accurate to the book too, where Katniss clarifies like it's never been like that between me and Gale.
But she's kind of in denial. Like, it's almost like you
Yeah.
don't really know how he's saying it, but in the show, it seems like it is more of a like pointed in a romantic way,
Hmm.
like about them.
Yeah.
Not to go like too off course, but I feel like I did also love the just as like a music girly too. I loved that every time we were gonna get back into District 12 or like with Katniss was in the Capitol, they brought back the same music for District 12 every single
Hmm.
time. And I kind of like I was sitting next to somebody, I was like, oh, back to District 12. And she was like, how do you know that? And it was like the musical cues. And she was like, oh, like she didn't even pick up on it, but you can like the musical cues kind of help you. Whereas they have that little tune for the Capitol as well, where you know you're about to get back into the Capitol because they play that little barber. I think it's what song I forget what song it is, but they play a little thing, like a little tune, and you're like, you kind of, I like that you kind of know where you're going based on the
Hmm.
music, like behind everything.
Yeah, agreed.
And they did include so many book lines. Like I know
Oh,
we
it was
talked
so
about that a
good.
little bit, but like Effie's line at the Reaping was changed to uh button, right?
Oh
Instead of
yes, I
hat.
bet my
Which I
button.
was
That's
like,
all
thank
that change.
goodness.
That
I'm
Oh,
like,
change
and
why
then
didn't they
always
the
change it
bothered
in the
me in the
movie?
movie.
She says the line about
the
Cole.
pearls. Yeah. And then she
Yeah.
goes, and also like I loved how that was played too, because I think that it was a little bit different where she's the way she's saying it to Katniss, she's basically trying to like inspire her, like, yeah, like, you know, and then Katniss corrects her by saying like diamonds, no, like diamonds. And then Effie goes, that's right, maybe even diamonds. Like it's
And like
just
maybe you
so
can grow too. Like she just
right,
like
yeah.
digs her heels in even more, which is so
Yeah.
funny.
So
Yeah.
with Sunrise Connections too,
We
what were
got a
your favorite like
Burdock
additions? What made you
mention.
gasp?
Happy
Oh
birthday,
yeah.
Hamish.
Yeah, happy birthday, Hamish.
My
Ugh.
friend didn't like that because she was like, "Oh, I just wanted to be the first." And I'm like, "I like it because it's tying everything together, even though it's still the first."
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I
because like
liked
Yeah.
that
this
part.
this is a
Because I'm
play
sure
that
she told him happy birthday, like at some point. And
yeah.
Yeah.
we just don't see it. We don't read it in the book.
Hmm. Yeah, that and the Burdock Everdeen name drop. I was like, whoa, spoilers.
Yeah.
What was the context of that?
Peeta telling Katniss about how his dad told him when he was a boy that like he wanted to marry Katniss's mom.
I didn't love that line. I thought it was kind of like weird, but it was like, "Yeah, you know, your dad, Burdock." And I was like,
Yeah.
she knows who her dad is. Like I kind
Right.
of
Yeah,
was
like she
like,
would say that.
Oh,
and also you wouldn't call him by his first name either. I guess like when you're growing up, you would be like Mr.
Mr.
Everdeen, you know,
Everdeen.
like I kind of thought that was a little odd.
Yeah, I was kind of like, what is it? What is that called? Like maiden butler dialogue? It's like
I've
when
never
you're
heard that.
it's like when you're writing and the reason why I know this is because I am in the world of fan fiction, but um it's like when you're writing and characters are talking to each other and you're trying to convey something to the reader, but it wouldn't make
Mm.
sense for the characters to be saying that to each other. So
Yes,
yeah,
that's
like
exactly.
yeah. So exactly like this, where Peeta would not be clarifying to Katniss what her father's name is,
Yeah, I thought it was weird. I was kind
but
of like,
they're clarifying it to the audience. But luckily that only happens once and it's very easy to miss. It's not like it keeps happening, you know?
Oh, thank
yeah.
goodness. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is pretty quick. If you
It's
don't
more
know
of
his
like
name,
a
you wouldn't notice.
They just had to get that name in there.
yeah,
Yeah.
it feels more like the show is winking at the audience, like if you know, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does anybody have anything else to add about the show?
So much.
There's
I'm
so
so
much.
Go
please.
see
I'm
it.
so curious.
I will say, okay, my thing that I absolutely hated, and like the only thing that I hated, probably the only thing I would really change, like if I had to pick one thing, would be Snow.
Oh, I
Yes,
agree. I
Absolutely
yes.
agree. I
hated it.
agree.
He was so bad.
Oh
I don't
no.
care how much money they dropped
I mean, I
on
just
this
knew by
actor.
I knew by the promotional video. I was like, oh no, but
Like
I didn't think
I was
it would be
excited
on
about the
screen.
concept too of this
I,
screen. Like I think it could have been cool, but he was such a bad actor.
well, I was
Well, and
thinking that they
his
were going to be doing Evita, like the Jamie Lloyd, Rachel Zegler Evita, where they like
Yeah.
record live and like put projected on a screen. I thought that they were going to do something like that, but it's just pre-recorded, right? It's like the same
Hmm.
one
Yeah.
every night.
He's so monotone. Like
and
the line delivery is awful. He's like looking in a weird place, like
Okay.
never really looking at the person that he's talking to. And I mean, I know that that would kind of be hard to get right. And if it was just that, okay. But Oh gosh,
It was
it
almost
was
like he
just
was
so
reading off a
bad.
teleprompter.
Yeah, it was like he was reading
Uh,
off a teleprompter. Like you could
There
tell he
was
was.
Yeah.
there was definitely that. I agree, but I think I have a little bit more of an optimistic opinion on it. I agree that like sometimes the him not looking in the right spot thing is a little, wonky. I feel like John Malkovich as an actor though is very specific in his acting style. It's kind of
he's a
like,
brilliant actor. I mean,
yeah,
Well,
but
not
but what
here.
but what I mean more is like it's like Christopher Walken, who has a very distinct voice and a very distinct cadence when he speaks, right? Like I
yes,
feel like John Malkovich is kind of like that, where if you're not expecting it, it's weird, or and it could come off wrong. I didn't mind it so much. To me, he felt kind of creepier and but to like a benefit, I thought, because like Donald Sutherland, obviously absolute legend, no one's ever gonna top that, um but he's very classy in his approach, and I feel like Snow in the book is just downright creepy and gross, and John Malkovich isn't gross, but like he does the creepy part, I think, well. And then I did really like the on-screen aspect because it added this feeling of he's really untouchable. Like he's not, you can't get to him. He's
like
not
the feeling of
accessible.
separation.
Yeah. Um, and then there's also like the aspect of leaning into the high tech and the surveillance stuff that happens, that I think is sometimes kind of easy to forget when you watch the films. Um, but Yeah, there is also, I think there is one thing that I really have a hard time with is at the way end. It's like literally the last exchange they have with Snow, where there's an awkward pause because the line that Katniss says is very short, and then he takes a long time to respond back.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
timing's a little weird.
Was
Right, and
that
it's
when
like,
he's like the Mockingjay pin? Was it during that part?
yeah, yeah, and then she says something like, "Aren't we all?" or something like that. Like just it's a very quick
That
line.
line needs to be enunciated. I think that was the one line I was like, what just happened? Like I didn't even know what she said.
Yeah, it was very quick, and um it's either that the line needs to be longer or it needs to have more of a pause in it, like as she's saying it or something like that, or that clip of him responding needs to be coming sooner. Like it just something about that was definitely a little bit odd.
Yeah. I also felt like sometimes like with the screen, like when he was talking to, I guess it was Seneca Crane, like I guess,
The trench coat guy?
Yeah.
yeah, I guess that
Yeah.
was supposed to be Seneca. I thought like sometimes some of the stuff was over explained a little bit. Like
Oh
I
my
think like
gosh.
some of that dialogue was like a
Yes.
little
The
bit
line
too much like yeah, it was just like over explained.
the line when he goes, "Perhaps I didn't make myself clear. I don't want her to win." I was like, "Are we just spoon feeding now?"
Yeah, like I was like, okay, like we could cut some of the lines because they get a little awkward. The trench coat guy is like weirdly standing all the way in District 1, like up on the
Yes.
like thing. And then nobody knows where to look, and he's kind of not even looking at trench coat guy. And then he's like, I don't want her to win. Let me say it again. I don't want her. And you're like, okay, we get it. Like we understood.
Yeah. It is
Like you
weird
can
that
tell from the beginning, even if you don't know the story.
Trenchcoat Seneca Crane is supposedly like the head game maker, but he's never introduced. He
He
doesn't
never
really
does
have lines.
anything.
Yeah, he never has lines, but you have the purple game makers, which are really cool, and they have a lot more stage time, I guess not screen
Yeah.
time, but
Like the
they're not
trainers or
Seneca.
whatever.
No, the ones with like the wigs and the masks and the capes.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But
those are
then they
like
gave, oh, go ahead, sorry.
no, I was just gonna say those are like the straight up game makers, but they're just more like anonymous game makers. But then this trenchcoat guy seems like he would be a character who has a name, but he
Yeah.
doesn't.
Yeah. And
I
but then
want,
they gave like Caesar Flickerman's co-host a name.
yeah, Servilla,
Yeah, I was like, what has happened? What's that?
which isn't even like Claudius. It's
Yeah.
just an entirely new thing. I am curious about some of those decisions, also with like the names of the tributes, like Fossa and Fila. You know,
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
there's been some conversations about those and whether or not people like them. Um, I don't know if it was just because they wanted to do something that would really separate the stage show from from like the movies and all that, but I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
not saying I don't like it. I'm just curious to know more about the thought process behind it, I guess.
Yeah, some of those like extra character choices were a little odd. They didn't like hinder the story or anything like that,
No.
but they were a little odd.
Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but somebody was saying that it was Suzanne that named all of them.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
I would hope so. I mean, her being around and like signing all their like scripts and stuff, I would assume they would have like asked her.
Like, on her blessing, because I mean, they're
Yeah.
in the end, they're her characters, and you don't want to just kind of take creative control over what their names are going to be and how they'll forever be known now.
I mean,
Yeah.
And it's
justice for
like
Finch.
she also just like names all the characters now in every book. Like since I mean, at least in both the prequel books, she like
Yeah,
names all the tributes essentially. So she, I take them as canon, I guess. If
justice
she,
for Finch.
I
Yeah.
know. Which also, Juan, your Jackie Emerson encounter.
Yes.
Oh, okay,
Please
Yes.
talk about that because it is so cool.
so I think what was kind of a little crazy for me was that I wasn't expecting her to be there. I wasn't so I think we were all expecting Willow because we had seen her story and she had posted that the Hunger Games on stage with like some strawberries and things like that. So I don't remember, did Willow come first or did Jackie come first?
Willow.
So yeah, so Willow came through and like we were all excited. We got some pictures with her. She signed our books and things like that. And then we're all just kind of talking because we're just trying to wait and see like is
Who
Suzanne
else?
showing up? We thought some woman in the way back was her, but it was a false alarm. And then all of a sudden Jackie starts walking through and we're like, "Oh, like what the heck? Like this is crazy." And I didn't even like get an opportunity to say like, "Hi, Jackie, could I like please get an autograph, maybe a picture?" She recognized me first and said like, "Oh, you have the outfit." And then she comes right up to me and like grabs my sleeve and she's like looking at my costume. And then my friend Danny, who was right next to me, um, she tells Jackie, she's like, "He has your costumes." And she's like, "You have my costumes?" Like, "No, shut up. That's so cool." And then I'm like frantically scrolling through my phone trying to find these pictures of my costumes that I have of hers. And I remembered I was like, "Okay, wait, no, I took them out to the forest at this time and it was this time of the year." So it's like, okay, then it finally clicked. I found the photos. So I'm showing Jackie the pictures and she's just losing her shit. She's like, "No way, like I want my costumes." And I'm like, "If you want them, I will give them to you." And the cool thing is that Jackie's only in LA and I'm like a 4 hour drive from there. So I'm gonna try to see if maybe there's some way that we can work something out to meet so that way I can bring her costumes. She can see them again, maybe get them signed by
Yes.
her. And then Jackie's sister was there at the premiere as well. So she calls her sister Taylor over. She's like, "Taylor, come here. Like
Yeah.
he has my costumes." So then Taylor's losing her shit. Jackie's losing her shit. Jackie's like holding on to my shoulder and like we're all laughing and like it ended up being like 3 or 4 minutes of us just talking and conversation.
That's
And
amazing.
by the time Jackie left, Jackie is complimenting AJ on the
Yeah.
jacket that I made. And then AJ goes, "He made it," and then points at me. And then Jackie's like, "Ah, that's so crazy." And so it's
Oh
just
my gosh.
it was like an out of body experience because I wasn't expecting Jackie to be there. And I think had I been a little bit more prepared, like for Sunrise, I'm gonna go expecting Jackie to be there.
She was there at
So
the ballad premiere too in
yeah, and
LA.
so
Like
that's
when
that's what I
she
told her too. Like I was like, "Oh, like you don't remember, but we all actually met at the I said Sunrise premiere, but I meant Ballad. It's
She
just
knew.
my
She
mind was
understood.
yeah." And so
You were just manifesting.
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, it was great. It was just it was a great time. We got I have like a video of this interaction from like four different angles
Oh,
because
I've seen all of them,
yeah, so
and they
I
are
need to make a
great.
post about it, but it was crazy. Jackie was like, "You need to tag me on Instagram so I can find this." So but yeah, it was it doesn't feel real that I had this experience, if that makes any sense. Just because I'm like, wait, that happened, but it feels like a dream.
It's so cool though.
Yeah, no, I was very. I went to sleep happy that night. I was just like, wow, like this is my life right now. I get to travel, see the Hunger Games stuff, and like interact with the cast from the OG movies. It was really great. And then also, I think that same night too, as we're leaving, um, I'm walking like across the front of the theater, and then Aya Augustin, who plays Rue in the stage adaptation, she's like, "Oh my gosh, I love your jackets," but I had no clue who she was at the time because I hadn't seen the play yet. And she was like, "I love your jackets." I was like, "Oh, thank you so much." And then she introduces herself. She's like, "Oh, I play Rue in the play," and I'm like, "Oh, no way, that's so crazy! Like, I can't wait to watch the show. I get to see it Friday." And then I was like, "Could I please get a picture with you real quick?" And so then it didn't click until after I had taken the photo that I was wearing my District 11 jacket while I
Oh
was
my
taking a
god.
photo with Rue from the play. And I'm like, it was meant to be. It really was meant to be.
And she's such a sweetheart.
Yeah, no, she was like my biggest supporter, I would say, because she kept complimenting me. Every night we would go back to the stage door to try and get more autographs of people that we had missed, and every night Aya would come down um, from the theater and say like, "Oh my gosh, I love your jacket," and then I'm like, "Yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna be doing District 2," and she's like, I can't wait to see it," and it was just that was one thing that really surprised me was I did not expect to be recognized by anybody, let alone anybody from the play. So when she was like, "Oh, I've seen your Instagram and your posts," I was like, "That is crazy. That is crazy."
Yeah,
Now, how
because
many
even like,
suitcases?
So
oh yeah, a lot.
I took two large suitcases and then I had like a carry-on. So it was a lot of hauling around. So, but it
Well,
was
one,
worth it.
it just shows how iconic you are.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm a slow traveler, so if you guys ever travel with me, I'm gonna be in the way back pushing my suitcases, but I'll catch up to you guys eventually.
Don't travel with me. I lost my suitcase and had to buy a whole new outfit for my second show.
Listen though, Brian might
Um,
have you guys beat. Brian packs a lot. He packed a lot of
that's so
Hunger Games
true.
costumes. When we went to Vegas, he brought so many Hunger Games costumes.
That is true. Yeah. I mean, also like kind of how Jackie was because she had pointed out my District 4 jacket, and I was like, he made it. And then the same thing happened with Aya, where she saw my jacket, and I was like, yep, same guy. Like, you know the drill here.
That's funny.
It's like that's so Raven. Yep, that's me.
Yeah. You're probably wondering how I got in the situation.
Yeah.
Us just at the stage door every night. Like, here's the group again.
The
Yeah.
security, I'm sure the security hates us just because they're like, damn, bunch of grown ass adults, and you're out here trying to get autographs from like these people from this play. What a bunch of nerds.
I
Yeah,
would have
what
paid
about
Hey,
money
it?
to
they
see you
loved it
guys.
though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the crew, the cast loved us, but security, I don't think they were a fan of us.
yeah, maybe they were kind of annoyed because, they can't just like chill. Like they had to actually like watch us and make sure we
People were
weren't doing anything
actually there.
crazy.
But like we weren't even like crazy. We were just I
No,
mean
no.
we were respectful. We weren't loud. Like we were laughing and like enjoying ourselves, but
Yeah,
I
no, we were
mean
we were definitely
not
not.
anything that should be alarming or like, hey, keep an eye on those
No, I
people.
feel like we'd probably be more respectful than a lot of other random people.
I could not
Yeah.
Yeah.
imagine a single one of you, Bart, like bringing down a door and charging into the
Oh
dressing
my gosh,
rooms.
no.
Maybe if Suzanne was
Okay, honestly, yeah,
I don't know if any of
valid.
you I don't know if any of you caught on to my joke, but you remember how like the backstage door flung open and nobody was there? And I was like, "Oh, hey, look, there's Suzanne."
Oh my God.
I don't know if anybody was standing around me during that, but yeah, no, it was great. I'm kind of sad that I'm not there right now
Literally.
Real.
I
because
agree.
Last night.
I feel like I'm gonna go to sleep tonight and like have a dream that I'm like, you know, that scene from The Shining where he's sitting at the bar and then he's
Hmm.
talking to Danny's talking to his father. Oh no, I'm thinking of Doctor Sleep. That's the sequel, but that's gonna be me in the Songbirds restaurant talking to talking to the waitress that hosted us that night. Speaking of
Yeah.
which, that was a nice experience in the restaurant. I think I really enjoyed just
Yeah.
the
Yeah, talk
music.
about
The
that, guys. I'm curious.
Yeah. If you're planning on going to the show, please, please, please go out of your way if you have to, but definitely eat at the Songbird restaurant.
I
Do it.
tried. They weren't open yet.
Well,
Darn.
I was so
shucks.
upset. I know. I guess I have to go back. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
so I was like, at first I was kind of bummed out because I had already booked my reservation prior to all of you like planning that big dinner group. But then when I got there, I had forgotten that I had booked the VIP package. So then they're like, "Hey, you're gonna get seated in this area," and there was no one else there. So then I asked like the waiter. I was like, "Hey, I have a group of friends that are coming. They're like a party of 8. Would it be all right if they sat over here?" And then she was like, "Let me go check the reservations to make sure that there's nobody else sitting in the VIP lounge." And then she checked. She came back. She was like, "Yeah, no, that's fine. They can totally sit over here. We have nobody else coming for the night, so it's all yours." And
Whoop
so
whoop.
they put together the tables. And then when everybody from your party came, they sat you guys all in the VIP lounge. And I was kind of happy because I was like, now we were kind of all in the same area, and we
Yeah.
wouldn't be all spread apart at the restaurant. And it was I actually liked that lounge. It was very not
It
that it
was
was
so
closed
nice.
off, but it was very private, and it was like it was our own space.
Yeah. We could be total nerds in peace.
Yeah, in the corner of the restaurant, and like nobody would bother us. And it
And
was
we
just a
wouldn't
great,
bother anyone else.
yeah. And it was like a great photo op too, because I know we set up like the champagne with the rose and then that large portrait of uh
Of President
President
Snow.
Snow. It was just it was a great time. I have too many pictures to go through on my phone, and I'm still like trying to organize it all to make some posts. But
I took
no,
so many
I
photos and I still feel like I don't have enough.
exactly,
Me
yeah. I'm
too.
like
I'm
I
like,
should have
damn, I
had
didn't
like a
take a picture of
GoPro.
this. I didn't take a video of that. Like I now that I'm it's like that meme, it's not my house, but I know my way around, you know? Like that's how I feel about the theater and the whole restaurant, the whole venue as a like the entire thing where I'm like, oh, I should have gotten a video from this angle panning to this thing. Like I know the whole thing now. Um I
Also,
yeah, I guess
eh,
it just means I have to go back somehow.
yeah. And then the waiter's name was Emily, so she gave us her email to message her and get in contact with her about possibly getting some merchandise made for the restaurant because she was surprised that everybody really liked the napkins, the Songbirds napkins. And so I think the second time we went, it was AJ, um, AJ, Tess, and
Sam.
Sam. So the four of us were there, but then we ended up asking, like, "Hey, could we take these napkins? Would that be okay?" Like we flew all the way from the States, and then she was
After
like,
stealing them the first time.
"Yeah, yeah." I think she even said like, "You're not gonna steal them," because I think she remembered that we stole them the day before.
That's so funny.
But then
She was
she
mad
she
cool.
she ended up letting us take them, and then she gave us a few extras. And then they gave us dessert, which I think I got the cheesecake this time, and they were like, "Oh,
Mm.
don't worry about it, it's on the house." And I was like, "Are you serious?" So they were really cool. I need to make a really nice review and post some pictures and stuff for them.
Same.
And
And the food
um
itself is really good. It's not just like it's a bunch of
no, it's
fanfare, you know, like it's
yeah.
actually super worth it. Like that food is delicious. I want the chicken schnitzel one more time. Like the freaking the first time when we were all there as a group, because you basically can choose like a starter and a main and a dessert and whatnot. Um, and for the starter and the main, I got both fish options because obviously I had to. Um, and when she came to like take my order, I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll do the smoked salmon starter and the cod main. So basically just give me all the fish." And she was like, "Those are the best options anyway." Or like those are the best like meal or I don't remember
I
exactly what she
wish I
said,
got
but
that. It looked good.
it was very good.
Not that mine was bad, but I just got a
No,
burger,
The
yeah.
burger was
which
really
is
good
fine.
too.
It was good. It was like a double patty too. So like
Yeah.
I thought that they were gonna be really skimpy on like the portions, but it
But
wasn't
no,
at
they
all.
were not. The cod was so good, and then it came with this little like sauce that you pour on it, and then in the sauce is caviar. Like, hello. Like it was so awesome.
I don't know. There's just so much to talk about that
I
place that
know.
talking about it kind of makes me kind of bummed out that I'm not there right
I
now.
know, right? Like
Hmm.
last night I was like just sitting on my couch and I'm like, what do you mean? Because I personally was staying at the Tribe Hotel, which is literally right next door to the theater. And I was like, what do you mean I can't just walk down and go take pictures in front of the theater? What do you mean I can't just go see the show tonight? What do you mean I can't just go to stage door?
Hmm.
Like,
Can't hop on the train and go
can't
visit
go hang out with
everybody.
my
Just got
friends.
used to that.
Yeah.
I wonder if they like the cast kind of noticed that we were all gone the next day,
I mean, we
or if
kept
they were
telling
like,
them that we were all leaving, but yeah,
yeah.
I bet
probably.
they did. I bet they walked out the stage door and were like, darn, like that was fun.
Well, like Effie Trinket like booked it
Literally
running.
ran
Like the
outside.
one
Yeah.
person.
She
Yeah.
she kicked the door open and she was like halfway
I'm
down the
out.
street.
Bye.
I mean, even Joshua Lacey, who plays Haymitch, like he was trying to just sneak out and be gone,
Yeah, he's hard to catch. He's like very quick.
but I didn't, not on my watch. Like, I just sort of like ran up to him, and then I think he wound up signing for a couple more people before he
Yeah.
actually managed to get away from us. But
I
Yeah,
got him.
I
I
think I
got
was
him.
only able to get like an autograph one night and then a picture the next night because he was too fast. Like
Wow.
I
Yeah,
wasn't able to get both at the same time.
I just got the autograph, which is great. And then Danny was recording a video and she happened to catch like a couple seconds of that interaction. So I do have one kind of grainy screenshot, but it doesn't matter. It's there.
I went down the line. I think one of the nights because Ewan was taking pictures with doing autographs and photos with everybody. So I
Hmm.
was like just like snapping all the pictures. I need to upload it to that Google Drive so everybody can get their stuff.
Yeah.
But it was
He remembered me.
unforgettable.
He remembered me that second night. He was like, "I've signed your journal, right?" I'm like, "Yep, you're good. You're in the clear."
His family, I think it was the night of the actual premiere. He came out the back door or the backstage, and he was talking to his family and his sister. And his sister was actually like, "Hey, I think you got some like fans right there." And he was super busy, but even then, he still took photos with us, signed our things, and then he ran back inside and got dressed to go for the after party.
So PETA. So PETA of
I
him.
saw him when we were walking to the show, like walking over, and it must have been when he was in between the matinee and the night show, like
Mm.
getting something to eat or something. But he came out and like walked by us, and I recognized him because I'd seen the show once, and I was like, "Oh, do I? Do I?" And then I didn't, but I was like, "That's Peter."
Is
Yeah,
we
I think the last show that we had seen on was it
Friday.
no
Friday.
Well, Friday was the regular show. Saturday, it was Saturday that we saw the show. Because we ended up staying that night
Oh
to
yeah.
catch the backstage door autographs and pictures the very last time. Because then we all took like a big group photo, wasn't it?
Hmm.
Yeah, it all ran together for me that week.
Yeah.
Hmm. That was a
But
good night, that last
that
night.
was so good.
Oh, because then that's when we did the dance in front of the.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
All the
Okay.
photos, all the video.
So I think we saw Fila or somebody in the train station or whatever. But we were like, nah, they're all with their friends. We're not gonna like bother them because they're off the clock. They're like they had already done their whole day of performing. I'm like, no, like we're good. Like just seeing them out there was cool enough.
Yeah. I miss it, y'all.
All right.
I want to go back.
I feel like we should probably wrap it up. We've been talking for like almost 2 hours. So, and there's so much we could talk about. And I'm sure there are things that we will remember and talk about in the future. But does
Yeah.
I
anybody?
need a part two of this because this was so fascinating
Yeah,
to
I
me.
feel like there's probably so much that we missed. There's just like there's
Yeah.
so much to this like almost 3 hour show.
I guess next time we'll just like break it up in like the part one of the play and then part two of the play,
Yes.
and then just try to like
Hmm.
go along the story in chronological order.
I think for me also, it's like now that I'm home, I have to catch up on my actual job and stuff like that. And at the same time, I'm going through pictures and videos. I've been making like albums and subfolders to get it all organized so that I can post things more easily and so that I can also make my photo books and all that. And as I'm going through those pictures, and also everyone is still working on like uploading to our shared Google Drive. So it's going to be a while for this to be like fully digested, I feel like anyway. And I'm going through pictures and I'm like, oh yeah, and then this happened, and then oh yeah, that little
Hmm.
detail. And it's like, yeah, it's the gift that keeps on giving, truly.
Yeah. Oh, and then like, sorry to just throw this one out last minute, but we ran into Caesar.
Oh my God, yes.
Oh, right, right. Yeah, yeah. Talk about that.
So, I forget who was taking pictures, but long
I,
story short, Tess recognizes Caesar because he's walking by as we're taking photos at the interview chairs because they
which
had that photo op, and
we
then
had, just for context, so we had just seen the 2:30 p.m. show, and then we had like an hour to kill between the end of the show and our dinner reservation the second night. And so we were just gonna like take pictures around the whole theater and just get content and hang out. And then I think Juan, you and I were taking pictures at the chairs, and then that's when like Tess comes around the corner and she was talking to someone. And I looked over like, who's she talking to? Because it's just us. Like everyone's either inside the theater or staff. And there's just the three of us like running around this thing. And so I'm like, who is she talking to? And that's when she came out with Stav, who is the actor who plays Caesar. And then I'll let you
yeah,
carry
so
on.
then he's like, "Oh, do you guys want to like take pictures in the interview chairs?" And we're like, "Yeah, yeah, of course." So we all took turns like sitting in the chair, getting interviewed by Caesar, and he's like taking different poses. He's pointing at us, he's laughing, he's having a good time, and it was so crazy because like nobody else got this experience.
Hmm.
And then at the end of it, he was like, "You guys want to know a fun fact?" He's like,
Oh yeah.
this chair actually used to be the one that was on stage, but it was too tall and my feet would be dangling, so we had to swap it out." So yeah, fun fact, this is actually the chair that we had originally used on the stage. But it was really cool. He was really nice. He still had some makeup on from the show too, because I'm pretty sure he was just getting out to get some fresh air or something. But yeah, no, it was cool. We have a bunch of stories to tell and share. It's just they're all so all over the place, and it's like, where do we start?
I have
But
one like last little anecdote, I guess, if we're trying to wrap it up. But like the night we were all together and the majority of us were in four, some of us were taking selfies by the stage, like where you see like exactly on screen. If you come down that staircase, then there's that kind of railing, but there's a door. And we're just like taking selfies or whatever. And Kaylee, I guess, was leaning against it. And I don't know if either it wasn't closed all the way or if it's just really sensitive and easy to open. I don't know. But she fell backwards and into the arena. So Kaylee went into the Hunger Games.
It's always Kaylee.
I know. But you know, she's the only one of us that can say she touched the stage, so
yeah,
it's kind of a flex. But it was so funny because we were just like, it was like the selfies that I do have of that, it's like moments before disaster, you know? Like just fell backwards. And when that was happening, I didn't know what was happening. I didn't realize what was going on until I saw like the door open and her like on her
yeah.
back.
I just heard a loud boom, and I turned around. And I was like, "Oh shoot, Kaylee's falling."
Diva down.
Yeah, exactly.
So shout out Kaylee.
Well, this was so much fun to talk to you guys. I mean, the main thing is we all love the show,
Yeah.
right? And like I went into it not even sure what it was going to
Mhm.
be like. Am I going to like this? Am I not going to like this? And it's just so cool that we've reached the moment where it's a real thing because it's just been an idea for years. And it's so cool that we got to have this experience together and would encourage anyone who's able to go see it because it really was incredible and I feel like a really cool work of art that is now part of our fandom canon. So
Absolutely.
thank you guys, and we will do another tribute talk soon.